So we just got done finding and fixing the rivets on there that we found that were wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how do we know that those were wrong?
Well, some of them were kind of slanted, and some of the pull on the long stick was...
The mandrel?
Yeah, the mandrel was sticking up, and it was rough.
So we had to take those out. So now that we know that we've got it ready to put together correctly, we got to find the page of the plans that tells us what to do. So in the plans, in the bottom right corner here, what's that say?
Stabilator? Huh?
Stabilator.
Stabilator assembly?
Stabilator assembly. So that's what we're going to be talking about. Stabilator skin and miscellaneous details. Stabilator substructure. So the parts that you're going to find in the airplane are what we call the structure and the skin. I'm going to roll this open. I'm going to roll this open just so we can get to our spot. But the skin is the outside metal.
Mm-hmm.
The structure are the ribs and the spars inside. So you have the detail of what's inside and you have the detail of how to attach the outside to make one piece. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so it's kind of like how we work. Our skin on the outside and our bones on the inside.
Exactly. So now that we figured out we got the bad stuff out, let's figure out what the good stuff is that we got to put back in it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. So we found the section in the plans. We're going to roll the plans open and we're going to look at the design pieces. So this piece right here is this piece right here. Does that make sense to you? Can you see how this is this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we took out a rivet right there,
Mm-hmm.
and right there, and right there, and right there, right there, and right there.
And here.
Yep, so each rib and the front spar and the end cap rib are missing rivets. So now we need to make sure that those rivets are all the same type. So these are Cherry CCP-42 blind rivets. 97 is required, so they're all the same right here. That means all we have to do is find the same type of rivet to replace what we took out with the new one.
And we forgot to take one out.
Well, we still have more to do. We'll work on that one in just a minute.
Okay.
All good?
All good.
You ready to get to work?
Yes.
Let's get to work.
Yay.
Are you excited to finally start building on your airplane?
Of course. I can't wait. I can finally start work on here.
The previous builder differed from the plans a little bit. Because what type of rivet is this? Is this a flush rivet or a bump rivet?
Bump.
Bump rivet. What kind of rivets are all these?
Ah.
Yeah, so when we look at the bag,
Flush rivets.
the bag is attached really good. Don't break the bag.
There we go.
And in this bag, what kind of rivets are those?
Flush.
Those are the flush rivets. These are the CCC-42. These are the CCP-42. So this is what the plans called for all of these in the back to be bump rivets. We don't want bump rivets because that wouldn't be the same. We want,
So we're gonna use the flush rivets.
we're gonna use the flush rivets. That's what we will replace with.
Yay. Rivet time?
Just about, we gotta go make sure our holes are ready.
Okay.
We gotta clean up the marks we made because we took out the bad stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna erase all of our marks, then we're gonna dress our holes, and we're gonna very lightly clean up with the deburring. So what I want you to do is very lightly do the deburr like you know how to do. Just spin it about 3 times. I want to make sure the lacquer connectors and stuff. So what I'm using here is just a little bit of lacquer thinner to take the Sharpie marker off.
Can I check?
Yeah, here you go. Just press on the top spot. Rub it off, make sure we got all of it cleaned off.
And this one too?
And that one too. We'll take that down.
There we go.
All set.
Hey. There we go.
All right. Now we'll be ready to go. Let's get our rivet gun set up.
Okay, now time to get the rivet gun.
Yep, let's get the rivet gun and we'll get it set up to pop those rivets in.
The rivet gun. This goes in there, doesn't it? There we go. Rivet gun is all set up.
3,
There we go.
4, 5.
This is not gonna be
Cool. So we're going to start over here at this closest one.
okay. Whenever you're using a rivet gun and then you're done using it, you always put it down. And whenever you're using a rivet gun, always wear your eyes. Cut. Whenever you're using a rivet gun or any type of electric tool, you always wear safety goggles or your eyes. Here you go, Dad.
Thank you. But one thing always before we put rivets in, we need to check the surface to make sure it's actually right.
Right. And whenever you're done using the rivet gun, you never set it like this. That's bad for it. You always set it down like that.
All right, so leave the gun laying down like you got it, which is good. What I want you to do is take your finger and go around the holes. Do you feel any roughness around the hole?
A little bit right here.
Okay, what about this hole?
Feels pretty smooth.
What about right there? Run your finger across that. What do you feel?
Sharp.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of surface roughness. We don't know why that happened, but we want to fix that before we put a rivet in. What about around this hole? Is it all smooth?
Yeah.
What about around this hole?
No.
What about around this hole?
No.
What about around this hole?
Smooth.
Okay, so how we fix that is we use Scotch-Brite. We're just going to use like this, and we're going to run it like that. You can see how it almost looks like a polisher that takes that rough edge off.
Can I
Okay,
try?
so I want you to do these two holes, and we'll double check.
Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth.
You still feel that roughness right there. You can hear it too, don't you? So keep working on it.
It's like scrubbing away a crumb that won't come off the dinner table.
Yeah. Let me check it.
That guy doesn't want to come off.
Let me work on it real quick. Maddie's fingers are a little bit stronger. We got the sharpness off, but it's still got a little bit of a bump, so we're going to keep working on it.
I don't think that guy wants to smooth out.
No, but now we've got the sharpness off, and that's the important part.
Okay, can I do the last one?
Yep.
the last two. Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth.
Okay, and then the last thing we want to do, since we just made a mess right here, what I want to show you is if you take and go like this, we've got metal dust from all of the work we did. It's almost like sanding, but it's not really sanding. So we want to take our lacquer thinner, the same stuff we used to get rid of the marker marks, and we want to use that to clean up all of that metal dust. And I'll just do it real quick since it dries out really fast too. And now you see there's all that metal dust on the paper
And there's
towel.
some right here.
Well, that's just dust, not metal dust. But see how the metal dust is black? We wanted to get that up before we put our new rivets on. Make sense?
Now is it ribbon time?
Now it's riveting time.
Finally. Okay, rivet time.
Let's start on this first one that's closest to you so it'll be easy to do. Okay, but before, set your gun back down, we're gonna do one more thing.
Okay.
We're gonna check our rivet. So take the same rivet. I want you to go put it in all the holes and make sure, bounce it through all the holes and make sure that it's a good, clean fit.
Fits.
What's wrong with that one?
Kind of off. Kind
Kind of wants to go sideways a little bit.
yeah.
Well, that means when we put it in the gun, we're going to want to make sure and hold it in the correct position so it squeezes correctly.
Okay.
Same with that one. We had to pull this one out because it was in there funny, right?
That one's good.
All right. So, now it's riveting time. What is this, the third time we said that?
Yes.
All
Rivet
right.
time.
Grab your gun.
First, you gotta put the rivet in here. You never start with the rivet like that. After you have the rivet in, you gently place it in the hole. You squeeze it until you hear that pop. Then you take out the long piece. Then you have put a rivet.
Okay, we got a little bit of a bump, but we can fix that.
Yep.
That
can
rivet
fix
is
that.
replaced and good to go.
Woo
One
woo.
down, 999 left to do.
Yay. We are just going to repeat the same steps the entire time. Where's the piece?
It must have eaten it all the way back. We squeeze the trigger again. Don't look at it. We squeeze the trigger again. Okay, let me check.
It's in there.
You can see it. I can see it.
Needle nose plier?
Nope. It just fell all the way through like it's supposed to. It's now back here in the bucket.
Okay.
So we'll take it out of the bucket.
Oh, that's what the thing is. The bucket. I didn't know that. I was wondering what that was. Now fixed all the rivets and replaced them. I have an idea. I'm going to keep track of all the mandrels and of the rivets I have pulled. Dad, get back here, mandrill. And put them in some sort of bucket for when I built my entire airplane, I can see how many rivets I've actually pulled. I have found this coffee bucket, so I think this will be good for it. A few mandrels. Okay, I've pulled a few rivets. Dad, I'm gonna label my bucket that way. No one messes with it.
Very good.
It's gonna be Catherine's mandrel bucket. YXA November 811 Kilo Echo.
What's that for?
My tail number?
I thought we were keeping that a secret.
Oops.
You want to explain what your tail number means?
My tail number is my birthday. I was born in August, the 8th month of the year, and the 11th day of August. So 811, and Kilo is for my first name, Catherine, and then Echo is for my middle name since, well, the tail number I really wanted was already taken. But oh well, I like this one.
That's pretty cool. I'm gonna go get the battery for the drill so we can start working on the other tail.
Okay.
All right, Catherine, so now that we're done with this one, let's move to the other one. We've only got the one rivet we've got to get rid of. So like we did before, that's the bad guy. We're going to use the center punch because we don't want the steel part of the mandrel to chew up our drill bit. We want the drill to be able to cut into the rivet cleanly. So I'm going to hold this in
Do I gently tap it?
right here, and I'm going to show you how the tap goes. And you tap it one more or two more times, just really gently up on top. It's not a hard hit. Keep going. One more, two more times. Okay, good. I'm gonna bring this out. We got it knocked down a little bit. Let me give it one or two more good taps. Okay, that should be good enough to get the drill going.
Okay.
Set the hammer down on the bottom, pick up your drill. Okay, we're gonna keep that drill bit 90 degrees, so perpendicular, straight up and down. And we're just gonna go slow. Looks like you're going backwards. Let go. I don't know why you were going backwards. There you go. A little bit faster than that. We're gonna let the drill bit do the work. We're not gonna push down on it. We're just gonna let the drill bit do the work. You can go a little bit faster than that. Go a little bit faster. Perfect, right there. Focus on what you're doing, not the camera. Okay, let's take a break and check. Doesn't even look like that's going anywhere.
Maybe you should do this one.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do this one.
I'll just pop it off the top. That surprised me.
Surprised me too. That really popped through. Okay, so now we got to do those same
Hopefully it
things.
didn't hurt the rib.
No.
Oh, you drilled off the top.
Yep, we drilled off the top. Okay, so
Brush it off.
first we got to
This.
Scotch Brite pat it,
Okay.
scrub it around.
Mhm.
Okay, polish your hole.
Okay.
Use 3 turns. Okay, set that back down to the side. What do we have to do to get rid of the marker?
Now it's time to use this special liquid called what again?
Lacquer thinner.
Lacquer thinner.
Just use that dot on the metal and clean off all the marker.
Can I clean off all the marker on the other ones too?
Now you can take that one off too. I can also take off the markings on the metal from the factory.
Oh yeah. Off you go. You are off now.
But we'll do a final cleaning before we put everything together and paint. All right, you can set that back down.
Okay.
All right. So grab one of your rivets.
My rivet gun.
$90.
Right here.
That's way past 90. Lower it down, lower it down. There you go. And good to go. Thumbs up.
There you go. Another manual to add to my manual bucket. Dad, can we drill a hole in the lid? That way I can just stick them through.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Set it down. Here's your drill.
Yeah. There we go.
Probably want to let that drill bit spin in there to cleanly cut that out. There you go. You'll be able to pop them through there just fine.
There we go.